What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DTom. You already know what time it is. It's reaction time. And today, we're reacting to NBA records Chris Paul has broken. Crazy NBA records, bro. They crazy. They insane. They out of this world. Well, I don't know that yet because I haven't watched the video. We haven't watched the video, but we are about to. Chris Paul, arguably one of the greatest point guards of all time. Probably not even arguably because he is one of the greatest point guards of all time. But would he be one of the greatest point guards of all time without a ring? I feel like it's coming to that point. Chris Paul is 30 plus now. Carmelo, I feel like he's going to be another player that's without a ring. Whatever. Hopefully LeBron James team up with these boys and help them out. We should see. Hey, that way.
NBA records that Chris Paul broke in 12 NBA seasons. He's accomplished a lot. A Rookie of the Year award. CP3 was picked to 4 first-team All-NBA lists. He was picked to 6 All-NBA defensive first teams and led the league in assists and steals for a number of years. Definitely one of my favorite point guards to watch ever. Where do you think CP3 is going to go next year? Is he going to stay with the Clippers, or will he make that trip down to Texas, team up with Kawhi Leonard, and become the point guard of the Spurs? He's getting a little bit older.
Tell me in the comments down below where y'all think Chris Paul should go this offseason. Y'all think he should stay with the Clippers? Keep hopefully getting them there looking like an amazing team in the beginning of the season, then falling off because of injuries and this and that, or should go down to San Antonio and help that boy Kawhi Leonard out. I don't know, but then for San Antonio, what you gonna do with Tony Parker? Then you got Patty Mills, then you got Timmy. What y'all think should happen? Or do you think LeBron and them should maybe team up in 2018 or something? Like, tell me what y'all think should happen, bro. Tell me if y'all think Jimmy Butler gonna go to the Cavaliers and Kevin Love to the Bulls, or PG-13 gonna go to the Cavs, or he gonna go to the Lakers. Tell me what y'all think. Hey, that way.
He'll be 33 years old by next year's
33.
postseason. But any team that has the money to sign him is going to call his agent and try to get a meeting with him. But enough free agent talk. Let's talk about some NBA records that Chris Paul broke as a member of the Hornets and Clippers. Record number 1. Chris Paul is the only player in NBA history to record a game with 20 points, 20 assists, and 0 turnovers. In December of 2016, Chris Paul played against the Pelicans and finished with 20 points, 20 assists, and 0 turnovers in a 133-105 win. A game with 20 assists and 0 turnovers has been done before. Ricky Green of the Utah Jazz did it back in 1984, but he only had 9 points, only 9. Chris Paul had 20. He's 32 years old, still one of the elite point guards in the league, and put up really amazing individual season numbers this past year. 18 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, and games like that are why he's given the nickname of Point God. Let's go into record number 2.
Ooh.
Chris Paul is the only player in NBA history to record a game with 40 points, 15 assists, and 5 steals. He did it against the Warriors back in the beginning of the 2013 season. His exact stats in that game were 42 points, 15 assists, and 6 steals, and a 126-115 win. Paul shot 12 of 20 from the field and made 16 free throws. There have been a bunch of guys who had games with 40 points and 15 assists. LeBron has done it twice. Allen Iverson has done it. Clyde Drexler has done it. But they did not get the 5 or more steals that Chris Paul did. Let's go into record number 3. Chris Paul is first all-time in the NBA for leading the league in total steals with 5. CP3 averages 2.3 steals per game for his career.
Damn.
You see the list here. Michael Ray Richardson led the league in steals 4 times. Jordan did it 3 times. And Alvin Robertson did it 3 times also. He has some of the fastest defensive instincts in the league. Back with the New Orleans Hornets, he established himself as one of the league's best defensive point guards. Doc Rivers has said Chris Paul has the fastest hands he's ever seen. And it's amazing how good he is on defense because he's just 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, and a lot of guys he's guarding have more weight and height on him. CP3 had to learn early in his life to rely on his instincts to defend bigger players. Growing up in North Carolina, he wasn't the most athletic player on the floor, so he worked on his hand speed, coordination, and studied how other players would play on the court. A little fun fact, Chris Paul actually recorded a steal before he recorded a point in his rookie year. Another steals record, CP3 is first place all-time for most seasons leading the league in steals per game with 6. So the last one was total steals in a season. This one is steals per game.
Okay.
And he's led the NBA in steals per game 6 times.
Ooh.
You see the list here? Michael Ray, Jordan, Robertson, and Iverson each did it 3 times. From the 2007-2008 season to the 2013-2014 season, he has led the league in steals per game. He finally got dethroned in 2015 by Kawhi Leonard. Paul fell to 4th in steals per game that year. And we're not done with the steals records. We got 2 more.
Okay.
Chris Paul is the only player in NBA history to lead the league in assists per game and steals per game for 3 seasons. He did it on the Hornets in the 2008 season and did it in the 2009 year. So back-to-back years, he was leading the NBA in steals and assists per game. And he did it in the 2014 season when he averaged 10.7 assists and 2.4 steals. The other player to lead the league in steals and assists per game was John Stockton, and he did it twice. Stockton did it in the 1988 year and the 1992 year, but was not able to do it a third time. CP3 has that steals and assists record for 3 seasons in a row. And the last record, another steals record, Chris Paul is first place all-time for consecutive games with a steal. CP3 had 108 games in a row with a steal. Back in the 2008-2009 season, Chris Paul broke Alvin Robertson's consecutive steals record that he set in 1986. Chris Paul broke the record by getting a steal on Tony Parker. Michael Jordan is 3rd in consecutive games with a steal. He has 77 games with a steal back in 1988. His passing and offensive skills is what CP3 is going to be remembered for the most 10 years from now. But defense is 50% of the game, and Paul's defense is right up there with his pick-and-roll skills. It makes me sick that CP3 has never made it to a Western Conference Finals.
You know?
I thought in 2015 that was finally going to be the year where he would make it. That whole Clippers team was healthy, and it would have been no excuses versus Golden State, but they blew that 3-1 lead versus the Houston Rockets. It still makes me sick because I really wanted them to play Golden State that year, and don't get me started on that OKC series in 2014. And he's definitely one of my favorite players in the league. Of course, if you made it this far, definitely show some love on that like button. Subscribe if this is your first video. I have more NBA record videos coming this week. I really hope this finals is not a sweep because I'm going to have to delay a couple videos that I want to make this week. So I'll see you guys in my next upload.
Hey, go ahead, smash the like button if y'all think some of them records was crazy. I think him averaging 2.3 steals per game for his career, and he been in the league for 12 seasons, 13 seasons. That's crazy. Go ahead, smash the like button if you think Chris Paul one of the greatest point guards of all time. Go ahead, tell me what y'all in the comments down below. Tell me what y'all think the most craziest record in that video was. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all follow me on all my social media. The links will be in the description down below. Hey, that way.